All right, so we've got the Twitch stream up and we've got the YouTube stream up. So now let's find the live source, activate it. Oh, interesting. Have we not gone live on, we have gone live on YouTube. Let's do the method. All right, did that message go through? Awesome, so we got messaging from YouTube as well as Twitch, perfect. Okay, let's clear that chat out now. Perfect. All right, so we're all set up. We got the stream going. We got the audio levels right. All right. So, where are we? Coco eating bananas. We've solved this in Java and C++. Now, after a break from picking up my brother up from school and visiting my grandmother, we are back and we are ready to solve Coco eating bananas in C#. Let's go. So we have our start at 1. We have our end. We started at 0. Oh, forget a semicolon here. So we got the semicolon now, and then we calculate end, which is the greatest number in the piles list. So we get that, and then we calculate our k, which is the midpoint of start and end. So we get that, and we set our hours variable to 0. And so now, while our hours are less than the target hours, we want to figure out what the lowest k is, where hours is greater than or equal to where hours is greater than h. And then we're going to start incrementing our k up by 1 each time to find the minimum. So let's get that going. So we want to calculate our hours. How do we do that? By summing up all the hours it takes with the current k value. So we want a for loop that goes through all elements of the piles array. Is less than piles.length, and we're using C#, so got to use .length like that with a capital L. Okay, and so now if hours mod k is not equal to 0, that means we have some remainder amount of time. So we'll have to add 1 to hours. And then while that's all done, we will just add, sorry, this should not be hours mod k. It should be piles I mod k. So now we'll divide piles I by k and add that to hours. So this is our sum of hours. Also, if k is equal to 0, we want to break out of this loop. because that means we've gone too low. And then we want to set k. What do we want to set k to? What do we want to change k to? Oh, we don't want to modify k here. Or do we? Because yes, we want to modify k here at the end because we start modifying it already. So it's at the start. And so while hours is less than h, so k I forget where we want to shift. Do we want to shift to the left or do we want to shift to the right? While hours is less than h, that means our k is too high. So we want to make our end equal to k minus 1. And then recalculate our k. Okay. And so now, while hours yes, we also want to set our hours equal to 0 here. Reset our hours. Because if we don't, then hours is just going to pile on and on and on. Okay, so while hours is greater than or equal to our target h, then we want to increment our k by 1. So increment k, and now calculate the amount of hours. We also want to set hours equal to 0, or else we'll end up accumulating all of those hours from all the other loop runs. Okay, so here we increment k. Oh, also we want to make sure that if k is equal to 0, we run this loop. And then we return k. Alright, so let's run this, see if we get any compilation errors. Of course we do. Invalid expression term int. Line 11. Long int. And then we expect a semicolon somewhere. Am I missing a semicolon? Line 17. Okay. Maybe it's just a long. Hours is just a long. Kerplunk 211, what's good, my guy? You never responded to my Discord message, man. Invalid expression term int. Salmon, mashed potatoes, and spinach. Sounds tasty, dude. Sounds tasty. Did you cook the salmon in the dishwasher? Apparently that's a thing you can do these days. Invalid expression term int. Long integer C#. Baked it. All right, dude. That's tasty too. That's tasty too. Long hours equals 0. Int k, all right. We return k. Interesting. Where is this error coming from? I'm gonna send it to you, RQ. All right, dude. Oh my gosh. I don't do that. Silly me. Invalid expression term ints. Read other message. Oh, I thought you were going to send me a picture of the salmon, dude. Send me a picture of Mike. That Mike, dude? Cool. Not bad. Looks like a Temu mic. Oh, I just bought some microphones that should be better than the ones I showed you. How much did you pay for these microphones? Oh, there's the salmon. Oh, dude, that looks good. That looks good, man. I'm jealous. Here's a picture of it so people can see. Tell me that doesn't look delicious. $10 for some Temu mics, dude. Hey, you get what you pay for, man. I don't know if I'd expect these mics to work better. Bruh, here's the error. I just set int equal to 0. I need to... Silly me. Okay, so our first test case passes, but we have an infinite loop for our second test case. Maybe we need to break out of k. Yeah. We don't set k there. We need to break out of k. I mean, break out of the loop after we set k. They have different modes and you can do other stuff with it. I hope those mics work out for you, man. Time limit exceeded again, but at least case 3 passes. Interesting. Stream Roulette still has that problem, bro. Come on, I need more streamers. Yeah, man, that's tough. You should get ChatGPT to build you your own Stream Roulette, dude. Okay, so we increment k, and then we calculate hours plus, and if it's not greater than or equal to, interesting. I wonder, cap. Who's capping? ChatGPT don't even be understanding my request. Damn. You should learn to code, man. Kerplunk 211, you gotta learn to code so you can make your own things. So let's go over this. We make our start, make our end. Start is 1 because that's the minimum that piles can be. Element in piles. And end is we get the max of all the piles. Or just be the next little Dirk and have people do my work for me. You're not going to be the next little Dirk if you don't put in the work yourself, man. That's how you get to that point, by putting in the work. And Lil Durk put in the work, man. Well, ours is less than H. And equals K minus 1. Well, ours is greater than or equal to H, or K is equal to 0. We increment K by 1, and then we set ours equal to 0 again. You watch the NBA? Not really, dude. I just know that Luka Doncic got traded, and that was a big controversy. That's basically how up to date I am. How are college freshmen in the NBA draft, but the seniors ain't even on there? Like, bro, come on. Yeah, that's wild. Imagine being a senior and then someone younger than you gets drafted in the NBA, but you don't. That must stink, dude. These problems just mean I don't understand the solution well enough. Like, why am I still getting these errors? Int I equals 0, okay. I'm incrementing K by 1 each time, so that means that the amount of hours should eventually be greater than or equal to H. That's how much people dick ride Cooper. Kerplunk, we got to keep the chat PG, a little more PG. We might have kids watching, dude. Lord McCarl, let's go. What's going on, dude? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. What's keeping you away from Crusader Kings? Or are you playing Crusader Kings as we speak? Another map game. LOL. What map game? Civ? We playing a little Civilization? You acting like brother. Oh my god, dude. Kerplunk to 11. You cannot be saying this, dude. You cannot be saying this. How do I delete messages? Oh my gosh. You can't be saying this, dude. Oh my gosh. I had to time you out, Kerplunk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but... Yeah, holy cow. Holy cow. EU4. I don't know if I've heard of that game. I must have. Europa Universalis 4. I have never heard of this game. Interesting. Ooh. Released in 2013. Interesting. Oh, another Paradox Interactive game, huh? Wonder what timeline this is set in. Looks medieval almost. But wasn't Crusader Kings medieval? Oh yeah. Modern era. All right, so modern era in the technical academic sense of the word. What is the modern era? Is that not the modern? So between the medieval and the contemporary era. Interesting. So it, okay. And continues to the present day. Interesting. So were the Crusades not happening at this point? Is that why the game isn't called Crusader Kings? Alright, so why am I getting an infinite loop? Although maybe my definition is outdated. Interesting. Well, Google said that it continues to the present day. That's a long era to be. After the Middle Ages until now. It's a broad time range, according to Google. All right, let's check the Java code. This is ridiculous. Oh, it's greater than h. Not greater than or equal to h. That works. I really need to I shouldn't have looked at the Java code I wrote. I shouldn't have. I should have figured that out myself. But all right, we solved this problem in Java, C++, and C#. Time to move on from binary search and go on to sliding window. Best time to buy and sell a stock. I think I've tried solving this question before, like on Leetcode or something, and I was very confused by it. But let's come to this with a blank slate. It's been a good amount of time. Yeah, the way I learned it is that the modern era was between whenever the medieval era ended, which varies according to source, and the French Revolution. Ah. Interesting. And where did you learn this, Lord McCarl? Oh. I gotta display this before 80 Eastwood sues me. Gets Harvey Specter to sue me. School. Nice, dude. School. School is cool. You're given an integer array prices, where prices I is the price of neat coin on the ith day. You may choose a single day to buy one neat coin and choose a different day in the future to sell it. Return the maximum profit you can achieve. You may choose to not make any transaction, in which case the profit would be 0. Okay. Interesting. So prices is that array. So we've got a price list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Okay. What is the maximum profit we can make? So buy prices and sell prices. Buy on the second day and sell on the 4th day. So 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay. And if there's no increase in price, then we can't make any profits, so we return 0. Okay. So prices can be 0. The prices array can be 0. Oh, no. Prices.length. Okay. My mistake. So the amount of days we can get is 1. How has the testing, I guess, been? I think it's been going pretty good. I think tomorrow is when I'm going to take the coding assessment. So I think after today and maybe tomorrow I'll do some studying before, do some more problems. I think hopefully I'll be able to do pretty good on it. We'll see how the questions are, though. I'll let you know. Someone suggested streaming myself doing the coding assessment. I don't know about that. I feel like it'd be a cool thing to do, but I kind of want the job as well. And if Amazon finds out I streamed it, I probably would not get a job offer. So I wouldn't do it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You guys good? I wouldn't do it. Yeah, wise words of Lord McCarl. Yeah, probably play it safe. All right, so if we get only 1 day's worth of prices. All right, we're still in C#. Let's do it in Java first. If we only get 1 day's worth of prices, then we just return 0. Because we can't really determine whether we could make a profit or not. Another thing we should do is go through the entire list and see if it's in descending order. If the list is in descending order, then we can't make any profits. Profit roll. What does that mean, Lord McCarl? Profiteroli? I'm also curious to see what the recommended time and space complexity is for the algorithm they prefer. But I'll probably end up doing the brute force solution. All right, so we need to do a for loop actually. So I think to check if it's in descending, those chocolate-filled frozen sweets, I think they are called profiteroles. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Also known as a Lord McCarl with his infinite wisdom. Yeah, those look absolutely delicious. I did not know they were called profiteroles. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. Let's see. Let's see how you properly pronounce that this word. Profiteroles. How do the British say it? Profiteroles or profiteroles. Isn't it a French word though? It's a French word. Let's pause the music to hear this right.
This is Julian, the Frenchman who makes French pronunciation videos here on YouTube, and we are looking at how to pronounce the name of this dessert, originally from France, that is also known as cream puff or chou à la crème in French. This is a filled French choux pastry ball with a typical sweet and moist.
Did you just pronounce it?
Is also known as cream puff or of this dessert, originally from France, that is also known as cream puff or chou à la crème in French. This
Chou
is
à la
a filled
crème.
French choux pastry ball with a typical sweet and moist filling and whipped cream, custard, pastry cream, or ice cream, and you can top it with
Bruh, just pronounce the word.
whatever. It's fantastic. How do you go about pronouncing it in French? You normally pronounce it profiterole. Profiterole is how we would say it in French, but it's normally pronounced in English profiterole.
Profiterole.
Profiterole
Interesting.
from French.
There we go. All right, profiterole. Yeah, those look delicious. I love me some profiteroles. He needs the ad revenue. Yeah, it's tough out here. It's tough out here. We gotta get money any way we can get. So now we want to go through the entire list of prices. I equals 0, whoops. I is less than prices, dot length, I plus plus. So to do this, I think we want to keep track of a previous element, the previous price, and the current price. Yeah. So because we gotta like sort of like chain link it. So if it's less than the first one and the second one, and the second one and the third one, and the third one and the fourth one, gotta chain link it like that. This will be a nice little case detection. So also we have to make sure that this list is at least 2, which we do by checking if it's a length of 1. So at this point we know that the prices, we have 2 days worth of prices. So if, also we want to go until the second to last one because we will be doing the current one and the next one. So if prices I is greater than prices I plus 1, also we want to start one ahead because we don't want to start at 0. Wait, actually, yeah, we do want to start at 0. What am I thinking? Why did I think that? Okay, so what this loop will do, we'll start at the first element, and it'll check the second element. And then it'll check the second element, and then it'll check the third element. Yeah, so that's why we want to stop before the last one, because we'll already be checking it. So if prices I is greater than oh yeah, this is why we have to check. We got to start at 1 because we're making 2 checks, the current one and the previous one. So we got to do I minus 1, and then is greater than prices I, and prices I is greater than prices I plus 1. So yeah, that's why we got to start at 1 and go until. So we do need to make a base case of if the length is 2. Because if this was 2, this wouldn't execute. All right, so So we need to make sure if this is not the case. So if it's not that, you want to return 0, because then it's descending order. Wait. What am I doing? If that's not the case, then, whoops. If that's not the case, we want to break out of the loop. Otherwise, if we get to the end of the loop, then we can return 0. That means that we can't make a profit because we've reached the end of the loop, we haven't broken out of it yet. That means that the prices are in descending order. We can also do a case here if prices 0 is greater than prices 1, we have to also make sure that the length of prices is 2. Then we can return 0. Otherwise, if it's 2, then we know that the data is profitable, so we can just subtract prices. We just return prices 1 minus prices 0. All right, so we got some base cases. Now for the more complicated stuff. What are the test cases we'll be getting? So the first one, all right, let's make our own test case. Okay, sweet, we can make our own. So for a test case of just 1, compilation error, missing return statement, let's just return 5. Wait, what? Wait, what? All right, so this is the descending order, which we return 0. I think just by luck, I put 5 for this. It doesn't actually calculate this correctly, but just by chance, I put to return 5 and it passes. All right, and then for a list of just one item, we output 0. What about for a list of 2 items, but they're descending? How do I edit this? Here we go. Let's do 2 and 1. This should also pass, according to our logic. Oh, interesting. I wonder if Leetcode calculates the correct solution. They must. They must. With their own algorithm, they calculate it, and then it checks what I return. So now, what if we do a list of 2 elements, and with profit 2. I wonder if it bugs out if I give it a price that it doesn't expect. No, it doesn't. All right. Okay, so far this code works. And it also works for a list of descending order. Now we have to actually write code to detect the maximum price. Okay, so there's an n² solution that also takes O of n space. So we can calculate the price for every single day combination, day 1 to day 2. Well, day 1 to day 1, but that doesn't count. Then we could do day 1 to day 2. That solution wouldn't necessarily be O of n space, because we could only keep track of the current highest. So no, that would be O of 1 space requirement, because we could only keep track of the current maximum. All right. So there's that brute force solution we could do. Then this to this, then this to this, then the second one. But also, it wouldn't necessarily be n², because we wouldn't go backwards in the array. We wouldn't do 1 and 7. We just go the current one, the current index plus 1. Yeah, because we would never do ourselves. So for loop, the outer loop would be from I to the length of the list. And then the second loop would be j equals I. No, j equals I plus 1, because we don't want to do ourself. Okay. And that solution isn't necessarily a brute, well, it is a brute force solution, but it's not necessarily O n². All right, so let's just get this solution down just to pass our test cases, and then we could optimize. So for int I equals 0, I is less than prices dot length, I plus plus. All right, and then we get our int j equals I plus 1. And then j is less than prices dot length, j plus plus. Okay. So now we can keep track of our max. Int max equals 0. if prices I, oh wait, sorry, it's prices J. Prices J minus prices I let's just calculate this once. Int profit equals prices J minus prices I. Profiterole. Okay, if profit is greater than 0, replace our max with profit. Otherwise, we don't do anything, and then we return max instead of 5. All right, so let's review this before we submit it. So we do our base case. Up until this, we know works. Sorry, up until here, we know it works. So our maximum, we create our maximum profit variable. Let's call that max profit to be a little more clear, a little bit more readable. So our max profit, we starts off at 0 because we haven't checked anything. And then we start our outer for loop. We started at the beginning of the list, and we go until the end of the list, and we increment by 1. And then our inner for loop, we start at the current the outer for loops index plus 1. So we start here, and then we increment by 1 each time. But before we do that, we get this minus this. So 1 minus 7 is 6. Negative. So profit is, oh, this should not be profit is greater than 0. This should be profit is greater than max profit. This is why we review the code before we submit it. So profit is greater than, is negative 6 greater than the current maximum profit, 0? No. Then we go again. 7 minus 5. 5 minus 7, negative 2. It's not greater than 0. 3 minus 7, negative 4. 6 minus 7, negative 1. 4 minus 7, negative 3. Then we're at the top, right? So now int I equals 1. So we start at the second element in the array, and now we do 1 minus 5, negative 4. 1 minus 3. 3 minus 1, 2. 6 minus 1, 5. It's greater than 0, we keep it. 4 minus 1, 3. It's not greater, then we keep it. All right, so I'm pretty confident with this. Let's submit it. Compilation error. I forgot to change this to the new name we have for it. All right, all test cases pass. Now we submit. And it passes all test cases. Have I thought of a more optimized solution after going through all of this? I haven't. Let's do some more thinking. So, yippee! Thank you for the encouragement, Lord MacCarl. I appreciate it. Is there a more efficient way to do this? Category is sliding window. I have not heard of that term before, so it's not giving me any hints. But so the unoptimized brute force solution is check here and here, here and here, here and here, then here and there. I don't know, my brain and logic is telling me that this is the only way you can do it, because you have to check every possible combination. Unless there's a way you can store. Is there a way you can store the current minimum and then the current maximum? Okay, I'm having sprouts of some ideas pop into my head. So maybe we can keep track of a minimum price day. And then a maximum price day. And if the index is greater than the index So say we keep track of a current maximum price. 10, we would get 10. And the index is 0. And then we get a minimum price. And the minimum price is 1. And the index is 1. The index of the min is greater than the index of the max. So that doesn't work. All right, time to read the solution. So we get the brute force solution, which is just like the solution I came up with. It's O of n squared times space complexity O of 1. And you have the two-pointer solution. Then you have dynamic programming, which takes O of n. But two pointers takes O of n as well. 2 pointers. Left is 0, right is 1. And max profit is 0. While right is less than prices dot length. If prices left is less than prices right, profit is equal, stores the profit. And then it does the maximum profit comparison. If prices Let's sketch this out. So our test case, 7, 1, 5, 3, 6, 4. So L is 0. R is 1. Then we got max P. So while R is less than prices dot length, R is 1. The length of prices is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That passes. So is the left price less than the right price? No. So now L equals 1. And R goes up 1. So left is 1, R is 2. Is R less than the max? Yes. Is prices left less than prices right? 1 is less than 5. All right. Yes. Then we calculate the profit. 5 minus 1 is 4. Profit is 4. And then we move up 1. R is now 3. So is 1 less than 3? Yes. All right, 3 minus 1. That doesn't change the current profit. But now we go up 1 more. So R is 4, and I am not understanding why we move 1 if price. What if there's like a, oh my gosh, that's why. Okay. If the first price is greater than the second price, then you could just skip it because you have a lower price. You want to like be biased towards the lower prices. So if you come across a lower price than where you're already at, you're just gonna ignore that and just move there. The left always needs to be a better price. Okay, so what if there's a 0 here? If it's a 0, you just move right away. I see. I see how this algorithm works now. So my brute force solution, it doesn't care if it's more expensive. I mean, yeah, the price is higher. It still calculates the profit even though it can figure out what the cheapest price is. Genius solution. What about the dynamic programming solution? What is this? Okay, so we have our prices list, we have our max profit, and min by is set to the first element in prices. For int sell and prices, we calculate the max profit. Sell minus min by. Kerplunk 27, dude, you made a you made a second Twitch account to get in here, dude. You're wild, dude. 24 timeout? Brother. Well, you know what? I get it can, 24 hours is a little bit much, but what am I supposed to do, dude? I stream like every day. So after this stream, you would have came back the next day. Whatever. But now you know. We're going to keep the chat at least a little PG rated. But yeah, so then we keep track of the minimum price. Biggest cap of all time. I've been streaming every day, dude. More like once a month. Oh man, so you're here to get as much time with me as you can, huh? So min by, then we set it to the minimum. Sell minus min by. Oh my gosh. Wait a second, but how? If okay, so I see the min by, if you keep track of the current minimum, it will always be, oh man, I wish I thought of this solution. The minimum will always be before the max profit. That's such a simple solution. You keep track of the minimum price. I see. So with the dynamic programming solution, you keep track of the minimum price. 7 is 7. Sell minus min by. 7 minus 7 is always 0. Okay, so max P set to the 0. So it compares itself against the first element, which is fine. But then we go to the second element. Sell is max P. Sell minus min by. Min by is 7. So 1 minus 7 is -6. Max P is 0, so max P stays at 0. And then min by is at 7. Is it less than the current price? It is, so now we set min by. Genius solution. Genius solution. Okay. and it just goes through the list once. Okay. Why is this called dynamic programming, though? Dynamic programming. Breaks down complex problems into smaller problems. Okay, so why that solution works is it keeps track of the current minimum purchase. And every time it comes across the next element, it subtracts that the current price from the minimum, the current minimum. And then it goes on to the next number. Is this less than the minimum price? Yes? Okay. Oh, and it stores the max profit. So if this next one Interesting. So it keeps track of the current cheapest price. And then it checks. It always goes forward. It doesn't go back. So it's not possible for it to calculate a price from front to back. All the prices are calculated from current position to future, and we need to get to the current minimum, and then check if every price after that. No, it doesn't check every price. It goes to the minimum, and then the next one. It calculates the max profit for the current minimum. Bruh, I have to code the solution. Let's just do it in C++. Get rid of the solution so we can't see it. All right, so they used a for each loop. I'm gonna try it with a normal for loop. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than prices dot size I plus plus. Okay, so we need to keep track of the max profit. We set it at 0 because we don't want a negative profit, and we return 0 for default, and then we want our minimum buy price, and that equals the first element of the array. Whoops. Okay, so we're at the first element. We're going to compare it to itself. Current profit equals, I look like I don't eat chocolate chip cookies. I love me some chocolate chip cookies, dude. But I'll take that as a compliment. I think that's a nice thing. Maybe nice and skinny. Nice and skinny. All right, so incur profit is prices I minus min buy. If current profit is greater than max profit, we want to set max profit to current profit. Look at chord. Oh my god, dude. You got a cookie pizza delivered, dude? Where is that from? Is that from Domino's, dude? That looks delicious, man. Wow. I'm jealous. Cookie pizza. That looks scrumptious. Okay, so we want to set our max profit to the current profit if the current profit is greater than the max profit. That's a mouthful. Jets. Isn't Jets a football team? I didn't realize that was a food place. Also, if prices I is less than min buy, then set min buy equal to prices I. And then after this loop executes, we can return the max profit. All right. What an elegant solution. If only I could come up with a solution like this. Oh man. Yeah, my brain was empty. After I got the brute force solution, I was like, what? In an interview like that, I feel like I wouldn't be able to come up with the optimized solution on time. I hope Amazon likes my brute force solutions tomorrow. If I can even come up with them correctly. Oh, man. Okay, so we start with our max profit at 0, our minimum purchase price at the first element of the array. Then we go through array. Lord McCarl, thank you, man. Your presence means a lot, dude. Oh, man. Okay, so then we start at the 0th element, the first element. We check if the profit is greater than our current max profit. If it is, we set it. Otherwise, we continue to see if the current price is less than the minimum price we've encountered yet. If it is, we set the minimum price to the like, the thing is, why, like, this solution seems like, yeah, obviously this solution works. Thank you. It's nice to know I am appreciated here. Of course, Lord McCarl. I would rather suffer with company than suffer by myself, so I really appreciate you being here. And you too, Kerplunk, even though I had to time you out, dude. Okay, but yeah, it's like this solution is like obvious. Like, why the hell didn't I immediately come up with this? But then, like, while I was in the moment, it's like, what? Gonna go see what my cat wants. She's meowing about something. All right, good luck with your cat. Maybe she's hungry. So let's see. Yeah, like, what the hell? When you're in the moment, your mind is blanking, but then once you see the actual solution, you're like, obviously that's the solution. Like, why would you come? I'm gonna admit the solution is a little more complicated, and does not seem as simple as this solution. So that seems about right. I'll run it. Pass with flying colors. Okay, and when we submit it, there we go. Let's run it back in C#. So we have our max profit variable. We have our min by price. And then we have our for loop. O of n, such an elegant solution. Int I equals 0, I is less than prices dot count, and, sorry, dot length. I plus plus. Now we just check if the current profit is greater than the max profit. All right, now we set max profit to current profit if it satisfies that condition. Then we want to check if the price we're at is lower than the minimum buy price. And then after that, after we exit out of the loop, then we can return the max profit. All right, I will be right back. All right, I'm back. What is this music? Where's my bouzouki? There we go. Yeah, it's my cousin's birthday today, so we sang him a little happy birthday. Okay, but we got a compilation error. Let me find it before I look at what the error is. I didn't go over this code. I thought it would just pass on the first try. So we set our max profit to 0, and this is C#. Okay. We set oh, there it is. Got to set it to the first element, not I. I doesn't exist. And we set I equal to 0. It goes until the length of the array, increment by 1. We check the current profit, which is the current price minus the minimum purchase price. If the profit is greater than the maximum profit, we swap it, and then we check the minimum purchase price. Is the current price less than that? If it is, we set it. If it's not, we do nothing. And we return the max profit. Green, green, green. Submit. Green. All right. So, I don't know. I think my cat is just restless. She has all her stuff stocked up Interesting. Huh. What's your cat's name? Do you give her any catnip? Okay, so we've solved this, and this was an easy question according to Leetcode. Let's now do the medium question. Sliding window. Okay. She doesn't react to catnip. Interesting. Interesting. What kind of cat is she? My cousins have some cats. I think one is a tabby cat. No, that's not what it is. What's the one that's like orange and black? She's a tortie. It's like a fancy cat. What's a tortie look like? Tortie cat names. Just give me what a tortie cat is. Ah. Nice. I love cats. I'm a fan of dogs as well. Oh, she's a calico cat. That's why. I don't know. Are calico cats fancy or something? It's a big cat. So let's get this medium Leetcode question done. Longest substring without repeating characters. Given a string S, find the length of the longest substring without duplicate characters. Ah, this is an interesting problem. Gotta find the length of the longest substring without duplicate characters. Wow. Right away, my brain goes to n squared. Right away. A substring is a contiguous sequence of characters within a string. Okay. So the length of the string. Your stream is kind of choppy. I think it's on your end, and sorry if it's distracting you from the exercise. No worries, Lord Maccarl. Thank you for letting me know about the stream being choppy. Ah, yeah, I see. I'm getting a lot of dropped frames. Let's see why that might be. Interesting. I'm plugged into the internet. Might be my, I appreciate you for letting me know, Lord Maccarl. Oh wait, why is my internet being so slow? I'm getting 3 megabits a second. Thank you for letting me know, Lord Maccarl. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Lord Maccarl, thank you for letting me know, dude. You don't have to apologize for that. I don't even know why. Maybe if I turn off Wi-Fi? Wow. I have an Ethernet connection and I'm still getting 3 megabits per second upload speed, not even? What is going on? What is going on? That's ridiculously slow. Oh my gosh. What? Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be my ISP or something, because I'm wired in. There's no reason for the internet to be that slow while I'm wired in. I thank you for sticking with me through the choppy viewing experience. Okay. So, we have to find the length of the longest contiguous sequence of characters that doesn't have any duplicates. Okay, this is a cool and interesting problem to solve. Kerplunk27, thank you for the follow, dude. Since you, I guess that's technically a follow, even though you already follow me. Play you a song on the bouzouki. All right, time to whip this bad boy out. Is weird that I like that fish smell, dude. You're playing it close, dude. Careful. Careful, dude. Careful. But let me pause the music. And let's get the let me play you this. This song is called Frango Siriani. It's a very old by one of the bouzouki legends. Bro, be at least TV14, chill. All right. All right. So you'll get more of that when someone else follows. Hopefully the audio came through pretty smoothly. But let's continue. All right. Oh my god, my dropped frames rate, my bit rate is going extremely low. Ridiculous. Audio is coming in perfect. It's the video that is coming in choppy. Ah, I see. Cool. I asked this Russian girl, how do I talk to her every day? And I want to talk to her every day. She gave me the cord. All right, dude. Well, I wish you good luck with this Russian girl. I hope it works out for you, man. You're still young, though. You're still young, so keep your horizons open. But if you're gonna commit, you gotta commit, dude. Yeah, I don't see a way. Like, my brain is sticking to the brute force solution where every time we add a new character, we have to check if it's already in our string. Don't want to be a parasocial. Yeah, dude. You if you don't want to be a parasocial, you gotta go out in the real world and socialize, dude. At school, dude. You're still in high school, right? So yeah, that's the only way in my head, but there's got to be like a elegant, simple solution that I'm not even thinking of, but it's gonna look obvious when I actually see it or figure it out. But yeah, it's sort of like the previous one where we only move forwards, right? I'll be on the list messing with the girls at my school. Don't get on the list, dude. Don't get on the list. Okay. So for this one, the output is 3 because 1, 2, 3, and then we get a Z. X, Y, Z. So there's 3 different strings that are length 3 that don't contain any duplicates. Let me find out you on the list. I ain't on any lists, dog. Careful, man. So we've got yeah. All right, let's pull out the brute force solution that I've got in my brain. So we have a count variable, and we start off at 0, and now we go through the string for n I equals 0, I is less than s dot length, s dot length. Okay, so you know what? We need a max count variable. And max count. This can't be just a plain count. The plain count variable will be in here. So int, also I think this needs to be a nested for loop. Int j equals 0, j is less than. Do we start j out as I plus 1 again? J is less than. Okay, I didn't think it all the way through yet. I don't have a game. Let's bring up the whiteboard. Okay, so our input is z, x, y, z, x, y, z. Okay. My bit rate is 0 kilobits per second. Perfect. Okay, so we have our input string, and now we need to, we'll start at here. We'll check. How about we build a string, a contiguous character string. So our new string will be equal, we'll set it equal to the first letter. I think your internet is going wild right now, Jan. Yeah, my internet is going absolutely bonkers, Lord McCarl. You are correct, dude. I don't know why my frame rates, my bit rate is dropping that much. Like, it's crazy. My uncle, though, he works for Optimum, the cable company, and he has 5 gigabits upload speed, well, and download speed. Like, absolutely bonkers. While I'm out here, what is my plan? I think my plan is 200 megabits download, and I get, what am I getting now? What am I getting right now? Let's see. Oh. Oh my God, why is the upload rate so low? Oh man. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. But yeah, holy cow, my uncle, I gotta house sit for him eventually. I was supposed to house sit for him, but I actually had a prior commitment with my sister's work. She's gonna have a home show that I'm going to like work at. I'm gonna help her sell her company's services. They're a roofing company. So I was gonna do like a multi-day stream there where I make my app. I just completely rewrite it from scratch in like the 4-day period I'll be house sitting, and it would have been like a 72-hour stream at least. I would have like slept in the same room. It would have been a crazy stream. I would have I'll probably do it eventually. He'll probably like go on vacation again. But yeah, he also has a dog. That thing is so cute. So we our nested for loop is going to, it's always gonna, yeah, it's gonna be the same thing as the previous problem where we start at I plus 1. But it's gonna go to the end. It's gonna go all the way to the end because we're not gonna be, no, it's gonna go until j is less than s dot length minus 1, because it always checks the next character. Wait, does it check the next character? If j starts at I plus 1, then it's already at the next character. So, oh my god, I think we're gonna need a third nested for loop for the brute force solution, because we'll have to check if that, oh my god, we're gonna have to check if the new character is already in the string, and that's gonna take a for loop as well. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Oh my gosh. S dot until it's s dot length minus 1, then j plus plus. Oh my god. So in this for loop we'll have our current string, s string equals, no, what are we going to call this string? Let's just call it current string. My brain's already thinking of an optimization though, which is inconvenient because I'm trying to think of the brute force solution, and now I have a flash of something that may work that I'll have to think out even more. But oh my gosh. Okay. Oh man, I just gotta think out through the full example and stop trying to jump to coding it. So it'll go, how do you solve this like as a human being, right? Like this string, how do I find the duplicate, like the longest sequence without duplicates? What do? I see z. Okay, x. All right, that's different. That this hasn't occurred in the string before. Y. Okay, that hasn't occurred in the string anymore. Z. All right, let's check if z occurs in the string. Oh, it's the first one. All right, so I know this isn't. So zxy is the current max string. Okay, I've encountered a duplicate character. All right, now let me start at this end of the string. So x, all right, that's new. Y, okay, let's check our string. No, it hasn't happened before. All right. Z, okay, that's a new letter. X, we have X, it's the first letter. All right, next, we'll start here. Y, all right, that's new. Z, okay, that's new. X, all right, that's new. Y, okay, so our current length isn't greater than the previous length, so we'll go on to the next string. Z, okay. X, all right, that's new. Y, all right, that's new. Z, oh, that's new. That's not new, that's a duplicate. So the longest string is 3. It's equal to our current highest. All right, now let's start here. Oh, an optimization we can make is if the position minus the length is less than or equal to the current max, then we can quit because we know it's not going to break the new record. That's a small optimization to make. Okay, so we went through that example. So what do we need to make this into code? We start here, then we check the next. Okay. Okay. Then we check the next. Oh, while we check the next, we see, okay, is the current length bigger than the record? It's not. I mean, it is. Update the record. Then we check the next one. Is it valid? It is. And it's bigger than the record? Update the record. Then you check the next one. It's not valid. Kerplunk 27. Can I tell you a story? If if this story is in any way might be inappropriate, send it on the cord. I'll check it out on the cord. So yeah, all right. You just check the next. And if it's a duplicate, then you start at the next, you will break out of the for loop. So Kerplunk 27, aka Kerplunk 211, aka I don't know what other pseudonyms you go by. Kerplunk. I am streaming right now, dude. I'm doing a. I can't hop on a call with you, brother. You can call me later when I'm done. So our code is here. Our current string, we want to initialize it to be empty. And now we start. So we'll be breaking out of this loop if we encounter a duplicate. So cur string, we set it to the first character. We set it to the current character we're at, which is s.char at I. And what we do now is if s.char at j, this is where we need a third nested for loop. I was right. This is gonna suck though. K equals 0, K is less than current string dot length K plus plus. All right, so if current string dot char at K is equal to s dot char at j so this is where we want to exit the for loop. But to exit, if we have a break here, we'll exit out of this for loop. We want to exit out of this for loop. So what we'll need to do is make a separate function, private, and this is where Lord Metcalf, you might enjoy the phrasing of this, but private bool in is duplicate. And this is going to take in a string. We'll call it is duplicate char, and it'll take in a string s, and it'll take in a character c. Okay, so here we'll run this for loop, and since it's technically not nested, it is like officially nested, but unofficially it isn't. So we can just make this I. I prefer to keep it as I, and we'll change that to s, change this to I. Okay, if s.char at I is equal to c, then we return true. It is a duplicate. Otherwise, we return false. So now we can run if is duplicate char. We put in the current string and the character we want, which is s dot char at j. If it's a duplicate character, we want to break out of here. Because our business there is finished. We also aren't tracking the max count. Here we initialize the variable max count. If it's a duplicate char, break. And if it's not, then we can update the max count. If current string dot length is greater than the maximum count, we'll set the max count equal to the current string's length. I have a feeling this problem is going to fail on some of the test cases because of how long it takes. Because we have 3 nested for loops. That's n to the 3. Current string dot length. You know what? Let's make this a variable so we don't have to calculate the string length multiple times. Current length equals current string dot length. And we'll just replace this here and then here. Okay. We continue on. Okay, I think this works. But you know what? We're going to go through the code just to make sure. So max count, we set it to 0. Then we go through the string that was passed in. We start at the beginning of the string, and we go until the end of the string. Oh yeah, we didn't do the optimization, but let's just make sure this works. String, current string, we set it equal to the first character. Then then we start at the second position, and we go until the second to last. This might introduce a gap into the solution. So actually, I don't know if I don't think it will. But if it's the duplicate character, we test the current string is the first letter, and then is the second character a duplicate of the first of our current string. If it is, we break. Let's just set max count equal to 1. Because, oh, the length of the string can be 0. Alright, never mind then. Leave it at 0. Why did I want to change it to 1? Also, we want to return max count here. Good thing I didn't run it right away. I don't return anything. Also, we want to set, if this executes, let's set max count equal to 1. You know what? Let's not do it there. I think there's a better place to do that. It will get set here, right? So is it a duplicate char? If it is, it breaks, it goes on to the next one. If it's not, it checks the length of the string. If it's bigger than the current length, if the current length is bigger than the max count, then we replace it. And then we return max count. Okay, is our duplicate char function working? It takes in a string, and then takes in a character, and then for the length of the string, we check each character. If the character at the index is equal to the character we're trying, then we return true, it's a duplicate. If not, we return false. Okay. I am putting my stamp of approval. And there's a bug I missed. Car cannot be converted to string. Ah, yes, I completely overlooked I'm not adding to the string. So, current string equals, how about we make it empty, and then we add it to the string like that. Also, we need to add it if is duplicate char. If it's not, we do this stuff. And we also can't forget to add the character to the string. So current string plus equals s.car at j. All right. So our 3 test cases fail. You know what? And we're off by 1 each time. We're off by 1 each time. So we start off with max count equals 0. We go through the first Interesting. I think I need to put this code at the beginning, outside of this for loop. So this code will execute every time No, actually, I don't think I want to do that. I think I need to come up with a solid place to put it before I move it. So we're off by 1 every time, so I kind of just want to return max count plus 1. But I shouldn't do that. J is I plus 1, so we start at the second. We go until the second to last. If there's a duplicate character in the string, we break out of the loop and go on to the next one. If it's not a duplicate character, then we get, this is why. We need to add the character to the string before we calculate the length of it. Ugh, man. Okay, so our first case passes, our second fails. And so I think we can't get away with not having a check here. If current length I think it's silly to have a hard-coded number there, but this will solve the test case. All right, let's see how far into the test cases we get before it. Wait, we've gotten to 8. I thought I was going to time out. That's confusing. Why does... I thought I had some solid code here. So our string is AU. Let's get this whiteboard up. So we have string A, U, max count. I think it's because of its length too. I don't think my code works on strings that are length 2. Let's go through the code example. So max count is 0. We go into the loop. We start with I equals 0. Our current string, let's keep track of this, is equal to A. All right. If 1 is greater than max count, we set it to 1. All right, so now it's 1. Now for int j equals I plus 1. I is 0, so j is 1. So is 1 less than s dot length minus 1? S dot length is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. They're not equal. Is j valid though? J will work. But this isn't going to work if, say, we have a string of A, U, B. If this is just, if this is less than or equal to, and we're here, you can set this equal to s dot length, and if j is greater than let's just run that. All right, that works. I feel like I'd get an out of bounds exception with this, no? I don't get an out of bounds exception. And it looks like I'm picking my nose. The camera is frozen on that. That's a great still for the camera to freeze at. Perfect. All right. So that works, and I didn't get an inefficient code error, which I definitely should have gotten. Can I think of the better way to solve this? Thank you, Lord McCarl, for LOLing. That's funny. I had a teacher in Greek school, and we had some kids, some troublemakers in the class, and they were funny. They weren't funny, but when you're a kid and the types of like stuff they did, you were finding it funny. I was laughing at the stuff they did, but like the stuff they were doing was absolutely. One of the kids put like a pencil, and you know how shoes have shoelaces. He put it in his shoelaces, and started like writing with his foot. And the reason he did that was because the teacher commented. He was like, "What? Did you write this with your feet?" Because his handwriting was so bad. And as like to, you know, he put the pencil in his shoelaces and started writing. So I was laughing at that, right? The whole class was laughing at that because kids find that funny. And the teacher was like, "We shouldn't be laughing. We should be crying." And that's how I feel. This trying to find this optimized solution is just, my brain is just not computing it. That is still kind of funny in my opinion. Good. Yeah, that is. Yeah, good times, man. Good times. The teacher was not having it though. I do feel bad for him because he was really old. He was like in his 80s and he was teaching our class, and the kids were acting like that. It was, oh, poor guy. He was a saint though. Dealing with us kids. It was what is the optimized way to do this? Are there any that optimization I came up with earlier. Damn is right. The optimization I came up with earlier with just checking if the max count is greater than the current length we have to go. That optimization is peanuts to what we can actually optimize this. Man was born in like the 30s. Yeah, dude. Yeah. He was in World War II. So I don't know if I mentioned, but it was for Greek school, and he was living in Greece during World War II, and he had to go fight. And what happened when he was fighting? He got captured. He was a prisoner of war in World War II. He was captured by the Germans. Or actually, I don't know if he was captured by the Germans or maybe the Italians, but he died, unfortunately. So I'm not really, I don't think I'm doxing him, but let's see. But his story, he has a great story. He's born in Duviani, Greece. In the midst of World War II, at the age of 18, he was captured by the Italian army and transferred a year later to the Dachau internment camps, where he remained for 2 years until liberated in 1945, dude. That's crazy he survived that. Wow. Where is Dachau? Is that in Poland? Damn, right, dude?